Hey, it's your boy Chango coming at you with another video. This video is Nick Mullen, the Year of the Dragon full special, brought to you by a channel called the Adam Friedland Show. Alright, so this one has been highly requested. Flex Studio in particular was requesting this, so shout out to him. But yeah, this dude's funny. I've seen what is it? Come Town, I think is he's part of that. If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, let's get right into it. I'm probably gonna do like I'm probably gonna split this up into 3 different videos. So yeah, let's get right into it. Gerwitz. Is there some construction going on or something?
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for, my best bud, Nick Mullen, everybody.
Best buddy.
Did anybody just like trick themselves into thinking they were getting smarter because they were paying attention to politics over the last 10 years? I did that. I'm like, oh yeah, I must be getting more mature. I must be a genius now because I know about politics. No, they just got dumber. Like I've legitimately, in the last 2 years, I've had moments where I have been looking at a picture of Hunter Biden's penis on my phone. Like just fucking, no. Is it really? Okay. And then someone will come out and be like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm reading the fucking news, okay? Are you guys transphobic? That's the new way to be angry. That's wild that they whipped everybody up into a fervor about that. People didn't even know what transgender was 5 years ago. They're like, something new, not on my watch. They're just fucking mad about it. Yeah, they're going crazy. They're boycotting everything, saying everything's turning people gay. The Target one's the big one. I don't understand that boycott, because initially I thought it was over like Gay Pride Month, but Target's done Gay Pride forever. And then I looked into it more, and the conservatives are boycotting Target because of something called tuck-friendly bathing suits. Did you see that? That they're mad at tuck-friendly bathing suits? And that kind of shocked me, because I'm like, what the fuck is a tuck-friendly bathing suit? Like, do I just have the smallest dick in the entire world? That I can't imagine I would have a problem hiding my penis in a regular women's bathing. I've never looked at a woman's bathing suit and been like, yeah, no chance, dude, no way. Yeah, not gonna happen. And then apparently they're for children also. I can understand why they're mad. If I was in Target and I heard a lady being like, excuse me, my son's dick is too big for the bathing suit. I'd be like, I'm never coming back to this fucking store again. I'm going back to GameStop where I belong. Yeah, my son's penis is hanging out of the back. It's coming out. It's snaked around to the top. My son's giant penis. But yeah, I don't understand transphobia, you know? And I say I don't understand transphobia, and it sounds like I'm coming from a place of moral high ground. But really, I don't understand it like as an abstraction. Like on a conceptual level, you know? Like in the same way that I don't really understand gravity. Like you can explain it to me, but like I don't, like what is gravity? Like fat people just have a secret energy? That for some reason the earth is like, that's the one, give me, I want his power, give it to me. And then the moon comes by and he's like, we meet again, and then they fight over him. And then somehow that's how women have periods, is how what happened. And I guess, yeah, transphobia, same thing. Because I'll be honest with you, I kind of don't even really understand what a trans person is anymore. And I mean, I try to keep up, I try to be progressive and like read the definitions, but there's too many syllables. I don't know what you're saying. I'm an idiot. I have to understand things in simple terms, right? And in basic terms, what is a trans person? Somebody that's so disappointed by their genitals that they're suicidal? Isn't that just fucking everybody in the world? Isn't that everybody? Every person that's ever lived? If I think about the amount of times in my life I've looked at my dick and said, fuck it, maybe I'll just kill myself. Yeah, I'll just end it right now.
That's
And now they got a parade for guys like me? Great, I'll take that. You can keep the bathing suit, but I'll take that parade, pal. Now they're passing all these laws, these anti-trans laws. And it's weird, too, because none of them are consistent, right? Like, they each have a different fucked up law. Like, Tennessee will be like, they're not allowed to eat Ritz crackers anymore. We're taking that away. That's the Tennessee move, I guess. But, yeah, they all got them. North Carolina was the first. They passed the first anti-trans bill, HB 2, which banned trans people from every bathroom, which that seems like the worst option, probably. They're gonna go to the bathroom somewhere, right? I mean, like, now every time you step in dog shit in North Carolina, you gotta be like, oh, I hope that was a dog. I hope that this is maybe a Great Dane. It has that kind of give to it. Maybe it was Beethoven and not a very angry lady, hopefully. But yeah, no, they passed that bill, and it was funny. After North Carolina passed that bill banning trans people from the bathroom, then all of these like musicians, they were like, "Oh, we're not going to perform there anymore." Right? They boycotted North Carolina, and then Cirque du Soleil very publicly added their name to the list. They were like, "Yeah, no more French circus for North Carolina." Until you're nicer to trans people, we're not coming. And I was like, yes, definitely, totally. That is going to be the one, for sure. That'll be the straw that breaks that camel's back. Like, there's going to be some bigoted Southern lawmaker that's like, over my dead body. Will trans people use my bathroom? And someone's like, Mark, I have terrible news. We lost Cirque du Soleil. And he's like, oh, not the French moms that suck each other off in the air. Not the Quebecois bodybuilders that oil each other up and have facsimile gay sex dangling from ribbons. I don't know if you've seen Cirque du Soleil, but Cirque du Soleil is what they think trans people are doing in the bathroom. That's what they imagine is happening. They're like, they're in there, they got a goddamn lion, there's a ring of fire. They got a laser show like a Tool concert. How am I going to explain that to my 8-year-old? I can't do it. Anyways. Yeah, I was down in the Carolinas somewhat recently because I had to get an abortion. I guess that's the other thing. You have to be careful bringing that up, too, now that got taken away. That was sort of a doozy, right? You would think with all the trans stuff going on, women are like, whew, we're in the clear. And then they were like, not so fast. We will get you, too. Take away abortions. Yes. But yeah, that is a sensitive topic, and I don't really know what to say, you know, if you're a woman and it affects you, because there's nothing I can say. I can't fix it, right? I just have to be like, hey, you just gotta know it'll get better, you know? Yeah, you gotta keep the faith is what you gotta do. You gotta pray, honestly. You gotta say, dear God, please kill those kids. Because it's up to you now, God. And she'll do it, too. She'll do it. God will do it. Yeah. Oh, you didn't know? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. God's a woman. In fact, I know that because I found out apparently half of all pregnancies end in abortion, which only a female God would allow, you know. And of course, when God does it, they don't call it an abortion, they call it a miscarriage, which is, I always thought that was a funny name for it, right? Like a miscarriage. Like it's just like your pussy just has like bad shocks. It's sort of a bumpy ride. It just kind of fell out. So that's what it is. Goofy name. Yeah, like I said, I live in New York, so I don't ever have to worry about it. You can kill your baby forever in New York City. They'll never pass the law. In fact, now in New York City, they're doing this thing where if you're from like a real fucked up place, like Indiana, they'll fly you to New York and they'll put you in a hotel and pay for your abortion, which is cool, but it's also creating this like bizarre tourism industry in New York City, where people like come to New York and get an abortion and then go see Hamilton in the same afternoon. They're like, well, we're already here. We might as well check it out. It'll be fine. I'll put a towel down. It'll be fine. That is good. That is good. I think it's good.
Real quick, the way he jokes, God, I can't tell. I know everything's not about politics, and trust me, I'm not about politics either, but I can't tell if he's left-leaning or right-leaning. It's a lot of trans jokes, right? But like, I still can't tell if he's against it based on what he's saying or for it. Either way, this dude's funny, so good call. Shout out to Flex Studio, right? Dude's funny. Let's carry on.
New York's doing that, helping people out in that way. I will say this, as a New Yorker, I'm a little concerned as to what impact those added abortions will have on our sewer system. Look, I'm not...
Holy wow.
I'm not being crass. That's not a crude joke, but this is 100% true. You can look it up. The New York City sewer system is on the brink of collapse, right? It's a serious problem. It's all backed up with fat. And the reason for that, and I wish there was a more delicate way to put this, is because New York City is filled with Dagos. It's filled with Italian people that just keep dumping olive oil down the kitchen sink all day long. They can't stop. They wake up, they're like, yeah, lasagna breakfast, and they jam it down the garbage disposal. They just do it all day long to the extent that they have to run fucking PSAs where they're like, please stop flushing ravioli down the toilet. You guinea moron, you're destroying the sewers. And then it all clumps up in the sewers, and it's very funny because in the PSAs they call the fat clumps, they call them fat bergs, which hilarious to blame it on the Jews, even though it's the Italians, to scapegoat them once again is very funny. But it's like, yeah, what happens when you add a bunch of fucking embryos to those things, you know? Because I don't know, I'm not a fucking scientist, but I'm pretty sure that's how you get the Ninja Turtles. If I remember the plot of that movie correctly, I think that's how it went. Yeah, that's why they all got Italian names, right? That's what my mom was an embryo, my dad was a bunch of gnocchi, and here I am. I'm fucking... Hey, I'm Leonardo, I guess. I'm the red mask one. I always confused their masks. I never understood why the Ninja Turtles had masks. That never made sense to me. What was the point of that? Like, who's gonna be like, hey, who was that guy that was just here? Did anyone get a good look at that man that was here earlier? If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say maybe one of the 4 mutant turtle men. But I can't be sure. He had a mask on, so I don't know. It's crazy that those movies are still coming out. The Ninja Turtles movie? That's wild. That they're just like getting away with the Splinter voice still. You know what I mean? Like there's one of those movies coming out in a month, and the turtles are like, let's go get Shredder, and then there's just a rat that's like, 1 second. Just nobody's mad. Nobody's mad at all. The studio's just like, what? It's a rat accent. I don't know why.
I just realized something after him making that joke, right? So, an Asian rat is Splinter. A fucking Mexican rat is Speedy Gonzalez. Maybe every marginalized group needs their own rat. Because, you know, we're covered. My people got Speedy Gonzalez, right? I'm trying to think if there's a black rat. I just can't. Yeah, I guess white people got Pinky and Brain, right? I guess every group needs a rat. Let's carry on.
That's how rats talk. And they make one of them a year. I don't know how they get away with that. But was I talking about abortion? Oh, right, yeah. No, I had to go to the last time it happened. This is weird too. I keep catching bodies over the last couple of years, which kind of sucks because I'm old now. I'm not a young man, you know. And it didn't happen when I was young. I would have been like, whoo, thank God. But now every time I'm like, we can start a family, and they're like, no. No, sir. I'm not having a racist podcast, baby. Yeah. But yeah, no, I had to go down to the Carolinas to do that, which felt bad at the time, but now I feel like I got like one of the last ones probably. So now it feels awesome, right? It feels the same as the day I finally found PS5 at Best Buy. I'm like, yeah, I don't even play it. I'm just happy that someone else can have it, but I do. This could have made a child happy, and I'm taking that away.
That's rough.
There could have been a happy child, but now it's me. Now I'm happy. And I have PlayStation, which interestingly enough costs the same as an abortion. So sort of it's the PlayStation abortion economy, I guess. So yeah, I had to get an abortion, which I keep saying that. Do you say I got an abortion if you're the man? Because I don't know because it stems from, you know, when like a couple is expecting a baby and the husband will be like, oh, we're pregnant. And then he'll touch the stomach. And the stomach touching has to stop. That's the fucking, because it's condescending to me, right? Like, as if I don't know where the baby is. Like, if you're like, my wife's pregnant, I'm not gonna be like, is it in her brain? I know where the fucking, you're just treating me like I've never had sex? Fuck you, I'll kill you and your wife, I don't care. I'll kill your whole family. I'll take your skin, I'll wear it in my car. I'll have my own family. Now I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant with my family.
That's rough.
It's because I say stuff like that. That's why the abortions keep happening. But, yeah, no, it was crazy. Because I don't know, what do you say other than get? The only other option is I paid for an abortion, and I hate. That makes me sound like a plantation owner. That's I recently financed the death of a child. I managed to procure the funds to end the life of an infant.
That is rough.
But yeah, no, I went down there. I did the right thing. Fellas, I'm sure you've done the right thing before, which is, of course, handing over the $400 and then completely checking out emotionally while her hormones are ravaged for a week and you sit on the couch trying to watch Slapshot for the 35th time. While she cries and you go, what's wrong? Are you sad? I paid the $400. Why are you crying? Look, it's Paul Newman.
That is fucked up.
But yeah, no, so I was down there, and like, you know, I mean, I have to travel to say all this bullshit, you know, on the road a lot, which seems, you know, the shows are fun, but being on the road, it's lonely, it sucks, and so in different towns, I usually try to find like a little museum or something to go do. Otherwise, I'll just kill myself in the hotel room with peanut M&Ms, most likely. Just suffocating on peanut M&Ms. So I was down in South Carolina, and I had some time to kill, among other things, obviously. And so I was like, well, I'll go learn something, right? But it's South Carolina, not a very learned place. So there was no interesting museum. So what I ended up doing is I went on a $15 walking tour of, let's just call it a house built under questionable circumstances. It was a slave owner's house, and then you go in and they're like, he owned the most slaves, and I'm like, don't say it like that. Don't use that tone in describing it. It was a guy that owned like all of these fucking slaves, but then it was just like a house downtown. It wasn't like a farm. There was like nothing for them to do even. And it's like, that's got to be the worst guy to be during slavery. Is the guy that's just like, I just like collecting them. They're like Pokemon to me, basically.
That is fucked
I'll stack
up.
them up, I'll feed them stuff, see if they evolve. And then me and my friends fight them. We fight them together to make them stronger.
Dude's wild.
I don't know. That's crazy. That guy was probably just autistic, right? That's like... Because they didn't have like Funko Pops in 1820. If you had autism in the South in 1820, you were like, I have the most slaves. I have all of the slaves now in my house. I'm like, yeah, Jeremy's been struggling in school, but we got him slaves. And he's happy with his slaves.
That is fucked up.
But yeah, no, that tour, the wildest thing happened on that tour, and I want to tell you guys about it because it kind of blew my mind, because it was a tour group. I was with other people, and I was the only one that like reacted viscerally to this bizarre thing that happened on the tour. Because we're doing the tour, and the tour guide, first of all, like, it was Paula Deen. It was Paula Deen. I wasn't like, hey, that looks like, it was Paula Deen. That's where she wound up after she got canceled, is tour guide at the slave owner's house. Which was an unfair cancellation, by the way. I should let you know that. I'm a Paula Deen truther. That was the only one I didn't agree with. She got hemmed up on bullshit. Because I don't know if you remember. You remember what she got canceled for? She got canceled for saying the N-word, which, hey, yeah, don't do that, right? That's bad. But the context is important because, well, here's why. Because, I'll explain. Because she didn't get caught saying the N-word, right? It wasn't like she was on a hot mic on her show being like, hey, y'all want to hear something funny? It wasn't like that. Here comes my favorite word. It wasn't, that's not a... No, it was during like a deposition. It was like a legal fucking bullshit thing, right? And a lawyer asked her, and she has to tell the truth. The lawyer said, have you ever said the N-word? And what Paula Deen said was, yes, I said the N-word one time 40 years ago. Which has got to be the record. That's the record. That is the record for least N-word said by someone with that accent, by a lady that sounds like that. One time. You remember the first time you heard Paula Deen? She's like, hey, y'all, we're cooking. You're like, fuck, hopefully food. It's the most racist lady I've ever heard in my life. Get in here. They got a racist on the Food Network now.
All right, so this is the end of the first episode. Like I said, I'm going to split this up into 3. So... if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. Your boy Chango is trying to build a community. If you like this full special thing, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that way you're notified when episode 2 and episode 3 come out. But with that being said, that's all I really got. You guys take care. Peace out.